My wife of 10 years thinks my parents don't want to make an effort to see our son. My parents think my wife doesn't want them to see their grandchild. They are both wrong. How do I intervene to fix it? My wife, 35F, of 10 years thinks my parents, 65F and 70M, don't want to make an effort to see our LO, 3M. My parents think my wife doesn't want them to see their grandchild. They are both wrong. What do I do? In simple terms, my parents, 60s, and my wife, 35F, have different ways of communicating and similar expectations that the other party should be the one to initiate interactions. I was away in a different country for 4 months for work and asked my parents to look after my wife and child. They texted and called her at the beginning but stopped suddenly. While I was away, I didn't ask either party whether they were in contact with each other because I wanted my parents to foster a relationship with my wife that wasn't going through me, if that makes sense. I only knew that my wife went to visit once, a few weeks after I left. When I finally got back, my wife was upset with my parents because they stopped calling and she felt they didn't care to see our child. She showed me the texts and call logs, and from her perspective it seems she is absolutely right. That made me feel upset with my parents too. I went to see my parents and confronted them about that. They said they felt my wife didn't want them to see their grandchild because they made plans twice and she cancelled. That is not really fair, as 1, she went to visit once, although they complained it was a short visit, 2, she cancelled once as our child was ill, I knew about this but they were not aware of the reason, 3, the second time that she cancelled, she actually asked to reschedule for dinner instead of breakfast because they had a tough night, taking care of a toddler. My parents had plans for dinner and instead of suggesting another day, that is when they stopped communicating because they didn't want to keep getting shut down. I heard them out and from their point of view it seems they are right. I can see both of them are in the wrong in this case. I don't know how to fix it, though. My parents are super stubborn and they don't want to call my wife anymore because they have learned their lesson that they are not wanted. My wife is really hurt and doesn't want us to go visit or have them over yet, until she feels more comfortable. If I have to take sides, I 100% support my wife. Normally, I would feel this is a minor disagreement that would be diluted with interaction at other family gatherings with my siblings or aunts for example, with whom my wife has zero issues. However, we are moving far away in less than a month and we are not coming back until Christmas. My parents will not be able to travel to visit us before then. I really want my child to have a chance to see grandparents while they are with us, so I am anxious to get together. At the same time, I understand, respect and support my wife's feelings and I don't want to push for a visit if she is not comfortable. I don't like the idea of meeting them without child but without my wife, as I would feel anxious if roles were reversed. I also want to leave in relatively good terms with family thinking that we normally spend Christmas together, my wife's family and mine get together at my parents' since mine is the bigger side of the family. How do I fix this? How long do I wait for things to cool down? When do I know it's the right time to bring everyone together and how do I approach it?